Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day we stop making excuses. Today is the day we stop letting weakness hold us back. Too many of us are carrying feelings that don't serve us. Fear, doubt, laziness, insecurity. These feelings whisper lies in our ears, telling us we aren't good enough, we aren't strong enough, we don't have what it takes. Because we listen, we hesitate, we hold back, we settle. That ends today. You weren't born to be weak. You weren't designed to be average. Somewhere deep inside you is a version of yourself that refuses to quit, that refuses to bow down to fear, that refuses to let emotions dictate success. But that version of you will never come alive as long as you allow weak feelings to run the show. Think about it. Every time you've given up, every time you've fallen short, every time you've let an opportunity slip away, it wasn't because you weren't capable. It was because of the feelings that got in the way. You felt tired, you felt discouraged, you felt like it wasn't the right time, but guess what? Feelings lie. Feelings will rob you of your destiny if you let them. Winners don't move based on feelings. Winners move based on commitment. Winners wake up early, put in the work, and push through pain, not because they feel like it, but because they made a decision. How many dreams have died because somebody let their emotions get in the way? How many people are living with regret because they let fear stop them? How many times have you looked back and thought, I should have tried harder. I should have kept going. I should have never given up. Don't let that be your story. Don't let that be your future. You have a choice. Kill your weak feelings or let your weak feelings kill your dream. No more excuses. No more waiting for the right moment. No more letting self-doubt keep you in the same place. Weak feelings don't build empires. Weak feelings don't break records. Weak feelings don't create legends. It's time to kill them. It's time to stand up, take control, and show the world, and more importantly, yourself, what you're really made of. There comes a time when you have to stop blaming your circumstances and start looking in the mirror. The reason you're stuck isn't because of your background, your situation, or your resources. It's because you keep allowing weak feelings to hold you back. You let fear tell you that you're not ready. You let doubt convince you that you don't have what it takes. You let laziness whisper that you can do it later. And every single time you listen, you lose. You give up your power. You hand over your dreams on a silver platter to the same excuses that have been running your life for years. You were not created to be a prisoner of fear. You were not designed to bow down to insecurity. But as long as you let those feelings control your actions, you will never rise. You will never reach your potential. You will never experience the life you were meant to live. Every great achiever, every successful person you admire has had the same weak feelings try to stop them. The difference is they didn't listen. They felt the fear and moved anyway. They heard the doubt but refused to believe it. They were tired. They were discouraged, but they got up and did the work anyway. This is your moment to make a decision. Will you keep letting emotions dictate your future, or will you take control and move forward no matter what? Because if you keep waiting to feel ready, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. If you keep waiting for motivation to magically show up, you'll still be in the same place a year from now. The people who win in life aren't the ones who never feel weak. They're the ones who refuse to let those feelings stop them. Weak feelings will steal everything from you if you let them. Kill them before they kill your dreams. There is a fire inside you, a strength you were born with, but somewhere along the way you started believing the lies. You started thinking you weren't good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough. But let me tell you something, those thoughts are not yours. They were planted in your mind by fear, by failure, by people who gave up on their own dreams and wanted you to do the same. You were not born to be weak. You were not designed to live a life of excuses, hesitation, and regret. There is a version of you that is powerful beyond measure, but that version will never come to life as long as you let weak feelings run the show. You've seen glimpses of that stronger version before. Remember the times you pushed through when you thought you couldn't? Remember the moments when you surprised yourself, when you broke through a barrier you once thought was impossible? That wasn't luck, that was you. The real you, the one who refuses to be a victim, the one who refuses to let fear win. But here's the problem. You don't bring that version out often enough. Too many times you let small emotions keep you from big goals. You let discomfort keep you from discipline. You let temporary feelings stop permanent success. It's time to wake up. It's time to stop acting like you're fragile, like you're incapable, like you're you have everything you need to be great, but you have to make the decision to step into your power. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to fight this battle for you. You have to decide right now that you are stronger than your weak feelings. You have to decide that you will no longer let fear, doubt, or insecurity dictate your future, because you were never meant to be weak. You were born to win. Feelings are some of the biggest liars you will ever face. They tell you you're too tired when you have more energy left in the tank. They tell you it's too hard when you're capable of pushing through. They tell you that you aren't good enough when deep down you know you have everything it takes to win. But the problem isn't the feelings. It's that you keep believing them. You let them control your actions. You let them decide whether you show up, whether you put in the work, whether you keep going or give up. And every time you listen, they steal another opportunity from you. How many times have you told yourself you do something, but the moment it got uncomfortable, you quit? How many times have you looked back and realized that the only thing stopping you was your own mind? It wasn't your skills. It wasn't your talent. It wasn't the world working against you. It was the lies your emotions fed you and the fact that you chose to believe them. Winners don't move based on feelings. They move based on purpose. They move based on vision. They move based on the commitment they made to themselves long before their emotions tried to talk them out of it. You have to learn to ignore the noise. Your feelings will try to slow you down, distract you, and convince you to settle for less than you deserve. But if you stop listening, if you start pushing forward, despite how you feel, there is nothing that can stop you. You won't always feel motivated. You won't always feel strong. You won't always feel like showing up. But if you can master the ability to move forward no matter what, success is inevitable. Your feelings are lying to you. It's time to stop listening. Winners don't wait to feel like doing the work. They do it because they made a commitment. They do it because they decided that nothing, not fear, not fatigue, not doubt, will stop them. The difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck isn't talent, luck, or opportunity. It's discipline. It's the ability to move forward even when every part of them wants to quit. Because feelings are inconsistent. One day you're motivated, the next day you're not. One moment you're confident, the next you're questioning everything. If you let those shifting emotions dictate your actions, you will never win. Think about the times you've given up on something. It wasn't because you weren't capable. It was because you let your emotions convince you to stop. You let your mind tell you that you were too tired, that it was too difficult, that you weren't good enough. But if you had just kept going, if you had just ignored those feelings and pushed through, you would have been further ahead. Success doesn't care about how you feel. It only responds to what you do. Winners show up regardless of their emotions. They wake up early even when they're tired. They put in the work even when they're unmotivated. They push through pain, doubt, and fear, not because they feel like it, but because they refuse to let weak feelings control their destiny. And that's the mindset you need. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop hoping you'll wake up one day and feel ready. Decide that no matter how you feel, you're going to move forward. Because the people who let their emotions run their lives never reach their potential. The people who commit to action, regardless of how they feel, are the ones who win. Excuses are dream killers. Every time you tell yourself, I'll do tomorrow, I'm too tired, I'm not ready yet, you are choosing to stay exactly where you are. And the worst part, you know deep down that those excuses are nothing but lies. You know that if you really wanted it, you would find a way. But instead, you let weak feelings win. You let comfort win. You let fear and laziness whisper in your ear, telling you that it's okay to wait, that it's okay to take it easy. But while you're making excuses, somebody else is making progress. You ever notice how the most successful people don't spend time justifying why they can't do something? That's because they refuse to let excuses steal their future. They refuse to let weakness make their decisions. They push through when they don't feel like it. They grind when nobody is watching. They show up even when they're tired because they understand one simple truth. If you want something bad enough, you'll make it happen. If you don't, you'll make excuses. Think about where you want to be in 5 years. Now ask yourself, if you keep making the same excuses, will you ever get there? If you keep giving in to weak feelings, will you ever become the person you were meant to be? The answer is no, because success doesn't come to people who wait for the perfect moment. It comes to people who take action, who refuse to let fear stop them, who kill their excuses before their excuses kill them. It's time to stop talking about what you could do and start doing what you must do, because the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the excuse you keep telling yourself. Kill it now. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens you will ever carry. Not the pain of hard work, not the struggle of pushing through, not the exhaustion of late nights and early mornings. Those things fade, the soreness goes away, the fatigue disappears. But regret stays with you, it haunts you, it whispers in your ear. reminding you of the moments you let slip away, the opportunities you were too afraid to take, the dreams you allowed to die because you let weak feelings control you. You think it's hard to be disciplined? Try living with the pain of knowing you could have been more. Try looking back years from now and realizing you wasted time, wasted potential, wasted a life that could have been legendary, all because you didn't feel like putting in the work. That pain doesn't go away. That pain doesn't fade. And worst of all, there's no fixing it. You can't go back in time. You can't redo the moments you let fear win. You can't get another shot at the chances you walked away from. But right now, in this moment, you still have a choice. You can choose discipline or you can choose regret. You can choose to push past your emotions or you can choose to let them steal your future. You will either suffer the pain of hard work or the pain of knowing you never gave it your all. The difference? One pain lasts for a moment. The other lasts for a lifetime. You have to decide, will you push through the struggle now or will you spend the rest of your life wishing you had? Weak feelings will always try to stop you, but you have something more powerful, a choice. Make the right one. Too many people are waiting for the right moment, waiting for motivation, waiting for the fear to go away. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. There is no magical moment when everything will feel easy, when the path will be clear, when you will suddenly wake up and be ready. If you keep waiting, you will keep losing. If you keep waiting, life will pass you by. And one day you'll realize that all the time you spent waiting was actually time you wasted. Look around. There are people out there making it happen with less than what you have. There are people out there winning despite their struggles, despite their fears, despite their doubts. And the only difference between them and you, they stopped waiting. They understood that if they didn't take action now, they never would. They didn't let weak feelings convince them to delay their dreams. They didn't listen to the voice that said, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next year, because they knew the truth. Tomorrow is not promised. If you want to change your life, the time is now. Not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, not when things get easier, right now. Because every second you hesitate, someone else is getting ahead. Every moment you delay, you are falling further behind. You have everything you need to get started. The only thing stopping you is the lie you keep telling yourself that you need more time. Stop believing it. Stop waiting for a moment that will never come. Kill the weak feelings telling you to wait and start moving forward now. Weak feelings don't build champions. Weak feelings don't create greatness. Weak feelings don't make history. Look at the most successful people in the world, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the leaders, the innovators. Do you think they got there by listening to their emotions? Do you think they became legends by giving in every time they felt tired, afraid, or unmotivated? No, they made a choice to push through, a choice to show up, a choice to keep going when every part of them wanted to quit. Success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect mindset. It comes to those who act in spite of their doubts. It comes to those who keep moving forward, even when they don't feel like it. It comes to those who train when they're tired, who work when they're uninspired, who grind when nobody is watching. Weak feelings don't create legacies. Discipline does. Commitment does. Relentless action does. The people who win in life have the same fears, the same doubts, the same struggles as everyone else. The only difference? They refuse to let those emotions dictate their actions. They refuse to let temporary feelings rob them of long-term success. They refuse to let excuses define their future. You have the same choice. Will you let weak feelings keep you from the life you deserve? Or will you rise above them and prove to yourself that you are stronger? Your emotions don't get to decide your destiny. You do. Every single day you have a choice to give in to weakness or to rise above it. A choice to let your emotions control you or to take control of your emotions. A choice to stay stuck in the same cycle of fear, doubt, and excuses, or to break free and become the person you were meant to be. No one is going to make that decision for you. No one is going to push you if you're not willing to push yourself. You either kill your weak feelings or your weak feelings will kill your dreams. It's that simple. Think about all the times in your life when you let emotions hold you back. Think about the moments when you knew you should have taken action, but instead you hesitated. The opportunities you missed, the goals you never reached, the dreams that slowly faded away, not because you weren't capable, but because you chose to listen to fear. You chose to believe the lie that you weren't ready. You chose to let comfort win over commitment. And now you have to ask yourself, How much longer will you let this pattern continue? How many more dreams are you willing to sacrifice because you're waiting to feel ready? It's time to take responsibility. It's time to recognize that your feelings are not in control. You are. You don't have to feel motivated to take action. You don't have to feel confident to move forward. You don't have to wait for the fear to disappear before you take the first step. You just have to decide that nothing, not doubt, not fear, not fatigue will stop you. Because the moment you make that decision, you take your power back. You take control of your future. And that is the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Winners don't negotiate with weak feelings. They kill them. And now it's your turn. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one truth. Either you control your feelings or your feelings control you. Either you rise above your emotions or you let them dictate your life. Either you kill your weak feelings or they kill your dreams, your potential, and your future. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more letting fear decide how far you go. The time for hesitation is over. The time for action is now. You spent too long letting emotions hold you back. Too long saying, I'll start tomorrow. Too long telling yourself, I don't feel like it today. But tomorrow is never promised. And the truth is, you will never always feel like it. That's why the people who win in life don't move based on emotions. They move based on commitment. They understand that greatness is built in the moments when they don't feel like showing up, but do it anyway. Success is created in the moments when they feel tired, discouraged, and uncertain, but push forward regardless. It's time to stop living at the mercy of feelings that were never meant to control you. It's time to take full ownership of your life. The fear, the doubt, the insecurity, they will always try to creep in, but they have no power unless you give it to them. You are stronger than every excuse. You are more powerful than every fear. And when you finally decide to stop negotiating with weakness, when you finally refuse to let emotions decide your destiny, that is the moment everything changes. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to force you to put in the work. It's all on you. But the good news, that means you have all the power. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect moment. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to make a decision that from this moment forward, you will never again let weak feelings stand between you and the life you were meant to live. A decision that you will push, you will grind, you will rise no matter what. This is your moment. This is your time. Kill your weak feelings before they kill your dreams. And when you do, watch how unstoppable you become.